Now, Indian ace spinner R. Ashwin's abrupt retirement from international cricket has not gone down well, with many prompting speculations over his decision. Now, R. Ashwin's father, Ravichandran, has added fuel to this entire fire with his controversial statements. In an exclusive conversation with CNN News 18, Ashwin's father has alleged that his son was constantly being humiliated, which may have contributed to him announcing his retirement midway through India's ongoing tour of Australia. Soon after R. Ashwin's father's interview with CNN News 18 that went viral, the ace spinner has finally broken his own silence, putting an end to the rumours with a statement that says, in fact, he's taken to social media platform X. He says that his dad is not media trained and has requested all to forgive him and leave him alone.
Were you aware that he's going to make that announcement? Was it already decided?
I too only came to know the last minute. Actually, what was going in his mind, I don't know. He just announced. I too accepted with full pleasure, with full, what do you call that? I didn't have any feeling at all for that. But the way in which he gave his retirement, one part I was very happy, another part I was not happy. Because he should have continued. Okay, that's his wish and desire to do that, but I can't interfere in that. But the way in which he gave that, there are many reasons maybe that Ashwin only knows. Maybe humiliation.
Is it an emotional moment for the family?
Definitely. There's no doubt about it. Because he was in the field almost 14 to 15 years. The sudden, the changes and the retirement gave us really a kind of a shock. At the same time, we were expecting that also, because that is, humiliation was going on. No, how long he can just tolerate all those things? Probably he would have decided on his own.
Sir, West Marbleham, everyone knows how you've trained him ever since he was a child to become what he is. Tell us about the fond memories of Ashwin while growing up and while achieving a lot in cricket.
Nothing to say that I used to take him by bike and drop him the nets wherever it is, the practicing academy, and then I used to sit with the parents of the other players. But I didn't involve much in that. But whenever I come home, just I used to talk about him. That's all. I encouraged studies as well as in cricket also.
Right, Purnima is the one who had that conversation with Ashwin's father. Let's quickly go across to Purnima. Purnima, going by what he has to say, it does seem like a knee-jerk reaction coming in from R. Ashwin. And the fact that he said that he was very shocked by Ashwin's decision to retire goes on to indicate that nobody was expecting him to do so. But what could have been possibly the reasons behind it? Do share with us what you discovered through that conversation with his father.
Well, when we asked the same question to R. Ashwin on what prompted him to make this decision, whether it was a planned move or whether it was an impromptu decision, he said this was something that was going on in his mind, but he decided on the 4th day of the test series that it's time to retire, something that even his father hadn't expected. So in that conversation we had with his father said that he wasn't aware before that, and he was also initially surprised and said that perhaps it may be because of humiliation. That's the word that came in from the father, saying that it's better to resign rather than be humiliated. And that part of the video has been doing the round since yesterday. And after a lot of people had retweeted that video, Ashwin had taken to a social media platform and said that his father is not a media-friendly person and asked everyone to leave his father alone. That's the statement that came in from Ashwin.
Oh, absolutely. And when he says that his father is not a media-trained person, it is also a silent acknowledgement that perhaps he is not very adept at sounding diplomatic, but what he's perhaps saying is also the truth. So what is the humiliation that could have led to this sudden exit of R. Ashwin?
Well, Well, Ashwin maintains that it was only a decision that he has had in mind for a long time, and there's nothing to do with the current series. However, on the fourth day of the Test series, Ashwin made that announcement and left Australia and reached Chennai. Therefore, his father, in fact, says that perhaps. He has had a fantastic 14-15 year journey, and that's something that he wasn't happy when he was not part of the core team. He was not given more opportunities. Perhaps that could have led to Ashwin making that announcement, is what his father had said. But Ashwin so far has not really spoken out. Even yesterday, when he had arrived at the Chennai airport, he said that he needs space. He's not in a mood to really speak. Even we managed to just have a very short conversation with Ashwin. He said he will speak out much later. So we'll have to wait for Ashwin himself to clarify and to speak out on the issue. But for the moment, it's only his father who said that it's better to resign than face humiliation. And that has been, that video and that conversation has been doing the round since yesterday. And Ashwin's only statement was through social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, where he said that his father is not media friendly and that his father should be left alone.
All right, Purnima, also give us a sense of how Mr. Ravichandran has contributed to R. Ashwin's entire career, his cricketing career, even though, yes, he maintains that he was not aware of this decision and was not anticipating this announcement to be so sudden. But give us a sense of the role that his father has played in sort of shaping up R. Ashwin into the cricketer that he became.
Well, Ashwin rose to fame during the initial years of IPL when he was part of CSK, and that's when CSK was in fact one of the strong teams, and Ashwin also was also noticed, and then he participated in the team ever since 2000, late 2000s. Ashwin's growth has been phenomenal, as many of them say. But even Ashwin, when he returned yesterday, there were celebrations outside his residence. It was an emotional moment. His father broke down, his mother broke down, his wife also broke down, considering the support that he has garnered over the last 14-15 years as a cricketer. West Mamlam is where he started practicing ever since he was a child, and in that street outside his residence, that's where he used to play cricket when he was as young as 7-8 years old. That's something that his father also said, and the kind of support that he garnered yesterday, Ashwin said it felt like coming back after a huge win which happened in 2011 when they came back with a cup. That's when he saw celebrations and dance and music outside his house, and that's the same visuals and the mood that we saw yesterday. People say he's still very much part of the CSK, so he's not completely called it quits just yet. He will be playing an active role in IPL, and he's also started his own academy where he's training young aspiring
I'm so
cricketers.
sorry to interrupt you there, Purnima. In fact, I'll have to quickly go across to PV Ramesh, who's our first caller joining in from Cochin. PV Ramesh, what do you think? Was Ashwin in fact genuinely humiliated into this entire retirement?
Very good afternoon to viewers, and I'm very happy. Definitely, Ashwin, a couple of times he was dropped and he was taken back to the team again. And he has proven everything to the Indian cricket. Nothing to regret. Maybe if you call as a humiliation, I will say that maybe as a father, he would have felt that couple of times he would have felt that is his comment. So we should not take it very seriously. We should take only as a mature player of Ashwin what is his views and what is he has taken a decision. So Srikanth also has come out very strongly supporting him, saying that come buddy, has come back, and I'm sure that Ashwin, with this kind of huge experience, Indian cricket team will learn a lot. The youngsters will learn a lot, and he has got a tremendous amount of experience. He will be definitely a role model for many. So this is my thoughts and this is my comments for the channel.
All right, many thanks to you, PV Ramesh, for coming in with your views over here. And with that, let me quickly go across to Shakti from Coimbatore. Do you think, Shakti, that R. Ashwin was in fact forced to make that exit? Was he humiliated to do so? And how do you see this entire sudden exit of R. Ashwin? Do you think it was a knee-jerk reaction?
I'm from Shakti from Coimbatore, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hi, I'm from Sakti from Coimbatore. Our Ashwin father is speaking truly right, ma'am. Ashwin is the best player of international cricket, but not chances from our Ashwin. Only bench 2023 World Cup, only one match was Ashwin play, and 10 matches at bench. A senior player 2011 World Cup Indian team player, not chances. Only disrespect in our Ashwin. Is most Tamil players not give the chance in Indian team. Ashwin also not chance. Only Dhoni era, Ashwin most chances in playing international cricket. But only disrespect in TN players, not Ashwin only. TN players also disrespect from Indian cricket team. Ashwin father is truly right, man. Truly right. Is not playing the matches. Test matches you gone to watch. India match not play 3 matches, no perform. But not performing, ma'am. My point of view, ma'am.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you so much for sharing in your views. Let me quickly go across to Ashrit from Bangalore. Ashrit, as you heard what Shakti had to say, he's saying that he was not performing and that is why that decision was a fair and square one. But do you think he was humiliated and forced to make that exit?
Yeah, I don't think he was humiliated in any ways because he was a very great player, but he was currently not in form. So the Indian cricket team decided him not to play the series, and it was a good outcome where other players, in spite of him like Sundar and Jadeja, played very good. So I think he respected the decision and took the retirement. I think it was it was his choice and it was his decision to retire at this time. So I don't think there is any I don't think his father was true, but he said that on his emotions.
Many thanks to you for sharing in your views. Let me quickly go across to Krishnan also from Mumbai. Krishnan, many in fact feel that this could not have been any sort of force that R. Ashwin could have been compelled into making that decision. It was a performance-based decision that was taken by the cricket management in India and perhaps that led to his exit. But do you think that he was forced to make that decision or that he was forced to retire?
It is very difficult to say if that is the case, number one. Number two, Ashwin is not the type who can be forced to do such things. The other is, Ashwin and many others who are of the same, what they call period. There are many batters who have been given different treatments. When it comes to bowlers, I think the standards are very different. So I think there has to be a very fair assessment of every player's contribution. If you look at it, I think Ashwin has contributed tremendously. There are many others who are not contributing but are still playing in the team for a very long time. I think the standards have to be the same.
All right, many thanks to you for sharing your views with us. Let me quickly go across to another caller, OP Swaminathan, who's calling us from Bengaluru. Mr. Swaminathan, what is your view? You know, his father, of course, has maintained that R. Ashwin was humiliated and that is why he could not bear that humiliation, which is why he decided to take that retirement. Do you think it was a forced decision?
Good evening. See, when somebody is in the pinnacle of success and you just made it sit on the bench, naturally it's a question of humiliation and he will get out. And it's also a hint to the people like Kohli and Rohit Sharma who have consistently failed and they're still in the team. There has to be a proper way of selecting the players. And the other problem is there's a very high bench strength in the Indian team. So maybe even Ashwin had to drop out. That is my view.
All right. So you do think that he was not able to deliver in terms of his performance, which is why he was regarded as a surplus in the ongoing series against Australia?
No, he was delivering. It is not a question of delivery. There is too much of bench strength, and there are a lot of people waiting to be accommodated.
All right, Mr. Swaminathan, thank you so much for sharing your views. Let me quickly go across to Dr. Amrit Kumar from Bengaluru, who is also joining me on the phone line with his views. Dr. Kumar, please go ahead. Do you think that R. Ashwin was forced to retire?
Yeah, my point is he was humiliated. His father is right. I have been following him from a long time, and it started with Kohli and Ravi Shastri. They started humiliating him, and at that time itself he should have resigned. But Rohit gave him the assurance that he will be in the team, and he played very well. And Gambhir made again this first game because of Gambhir.
You don't think that he was under any kind of pressure, especially after his underwhelming performance against New
No,
Zealand?
there is no underperformance by him at all. You see, New Zealand, everyone failed. Everyone failed in New Zealand. He took 3 wickets twice. Don't forget about it. And he has given so many victories. Now today Kohli has failed. Have you dropped him? Rohit has failed. Have you dropped him? No. Because you have a different attitude towards them. And his father is perfectly right. And I am 88. I have been following him ever since he started. And he has been humiliated by Kohli and Ravichandran. They are the first who started. Fortunately, it is Rohit who helped him.
But do you think that one of the reasons was also perhaps not being able to be consistent in his performance?
What is talking? Who is consistent? He is the only one who is consistent in everything. Just because New Zealand there is a washout, do you think he is out?
All right.
No.
All right, thank you for sharing your views with us, Dr. Amrit Kumar. On that note, let me quickly go back to Purnima, who had that conversation with R. Ashwin's father. Purnima, if you hear the viewers and all the callers who are sharing their views, in fact, many of them are divided. Some, of course, are supporting the cricket management's decision. The second, of course, there's also a lot which is saying that he was not forced into that retirement. Many also of the view that he was being discriminated against. What is the sense that you have been able to get after speaking to his father? Why was he being discriminated and what was this kind of humiliation?
Well, his father was disappointed with Ashwin making that announcement. Remember, Ashwin, after he made that announcement, left Australia and came back to Chennai. Even though a huge number of crowds gathered outside Ashwin's residence, they were all disappointed because they thought that Ashwin perhaps still has time and that he should not have announced his retirement. There's still time for him. Many of them, at least from Chennai and in and around Westmoreland, where he has been residing ever since he was a child, people there say that he still has time, and it came as a shock. Even his father, the first question was on whether Ashwin had spoken to his family before making that announcement, and he said that he also came to know only at the last minute, and he perhaps said that even though Ashwin is the right person to answer why he made that announcement, he says perhaps it's better to announce retirement rather than face humiliation. Maybe Ashwin was humiliated, which is why he decided to make that announcement, is what his father had told us when we asked him. But the family sort of seems disappointed, but says that it's Ashwin's final call. It's Ashwin who has to take that call, and they will support in whatever decision Ashwin makes. Even though they are disappointed, they say that they welcome Ashwin's announcement and they hope that he does well in terms of playing for CSK in April, May next year. That's something that they say, that he's not totally resigned. He'll still be playing cricket.
Right. Purnima, stay with us because I'm also getting another caller. In fact, I'm joined in by P. Ramesh Rao from Bengaluru. Mr. Rao, what is your view? Do you think that R. Ashwin was humiliated and forced to retire?
I don't think he was humiliated. If he was really humiliated, he would not have gone to Australia itself. The thing is, there are some problems in team selection, like say Sundar got a chance before him. So he didn't want to be a tourister, to be a extra person. He is a senior person, and naturally he is of the level of Virat Kohli, Sharma and all. He is of that level.
All right.
If he was not selected in the playing 11, he should not have been taken at all. That's my view.
All right. Thank you for sharing your views with us. Let me also quickly go across to Bala Subramania, who's joining us again from Bengaluru. Bala, what is your view? Do you think this was something that was already in the making, this kind of exit that R. Ashwin had to make?
Madam, I certainly feel there is something wrong which has happened with Ashwin, because whenever a tour is announced, it is players are supposed to be a part of the team for the entire series, and the way he has abruptly announced his retirement, and even he was not even, if anything, nothing was wrong, he could have as well waited for the series to get over. So he leaving in between the series, and the next day he is back. He's not even planning to stay with the team. Things are not looking rosy.
All right, many thanks to you, Balasubramanian, for sharing in your views. Let me quickly go back to Purnima. Purnima, if you hear what the callers are saying, there are, of course, mixed views about this. But there are also experts from the cricketing field who feel that there had been a dip in his performance, and perhaps even R. Ashwin was aware of that.
Absolutely, which is why R. Ashwin so far made that clarification after his dad's speech went viral, that his dad is not media friendly, and that everyone should forgive him and leave him alone, because Ashwin said that his father, being being an emotional moment for the father, had made that statement. However, Ashwin did not dwell further into why he made that announcement. But the question that we asked him when he had landed in Chennai was on whether he made that decision or was it impromptu. He said that it's been going on in his mind, but on the 4th day of the 3rd test series, he decided that he should make that announcement. But even though he had this thought that was running in his mind for quite some time now, and he made that decision day before yesterday and decided to come back to Chennai. So that's something that Ashwin had said. We'll have to wait for more clarification from Ashwin. Even though he had clarified on Twitter, he did not really give detailed explanation or a detailed press conference on why he made that decision. He said he will come back at a later date and speak out. So we'll have to wait for more details from Ashwin. But Ashwin's dad is the one who had spoken to us in detail. He was disappointed, but he also welcomed Ashwin's decision and said perhaps it's better to resign than face humiliation. So that's the word that came from the father.
Purnima, in fact, I'm getting in two more callers. I'm going to request you to continue staying with me. Murli Hariharan from Chennai. Murli, please go ahead and share your views.
Yeah. I just want to clarify that, his father, maybe because of the affection on him or something like that, or he was lately been known, he has said that word, that humiliated. I don't think so that BCCI or anyone would have humiliated him, because they respect him. But the thing is that the worrying part is that he had gone to Australia to play.
Right.
And sitting in the dressing room would have hurted him a bit. That's what I feel. And I compare this decision along with MS Dhoni.
Do you think this was a knee-jerk reaction to perhaps what could have transpired in Australia?
Oh, see, actually what I feel that they should have taken him right from the first test itself, from Perth itself.
All right.
But they tried him only in the pink ball test, at the Sydney test, I think so.
All right, many thanks to you for sharing your views, Murli. I'll have to quickly go across to other callers. I'm joined in from Kalyani from Chennai as well. Kalyani, please go ahead, share your views.
This is regarding Ashwin's retirement, and it's very shocking to know this, because he's gone to play to Australia, and we are hoping that he will complete the series and come back. But we actually don't know, so it could be the humiliation part as they are discussing, because time and again we have seen him, despite his performance, he's been on the bench quite frequently. Hello?
Right.
Hello?
Right, we can hear you.
So he has been very consistent. We cannot say that he's not been consistent.
All right. So, Kalyani, what your views on that? And let me quickly go across to Gautam also from Bengaluru. Gautam, most of our callers right now also feel that he could have perhaps faced humiliation that led to that retirement. Do you also think he was forced into retiring?
Hi there. I personally don't think he is humiliated or forced into retirement. It happens to every player, irrespective of whether, at what level he is played. We must accept the fact that there is a backup for him in the Indian team. And I understand that it was a surprise decision that he is retired at the mid of the tour. But that's not the first time any cricketer is retiring midway to the tournament. He needs to accept the fact that, he is not, even though he has been excellent, but he is not the same person he is maybe, 5 or 7 years before. And he is a good player in India. But
All right.
his records always has been, average overseas.
Many thanks to
So
you,
I don't
Gautam,
think
for
he was
sharing your
humiliated.
views. Let me quickly go across to Satish, also joining from Bengaluru. Satish, do you think R. Ashwin was forced to retire?
I mean, anybody who has taken 537 wickets for the country, this is no way to treat him. I mean, you have to give him a farewell which is befitting of his performance. So many bits he has contributed to the Indian team and Indian cricket has enriched because of his performance. And this is no way to end a man. And there are people who are non-performance in the present Indian team who are continuing test after test and series after series. Why only the yardstick for Ravichandran Ashwin is a which perhaps do not have a relevant